Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to do is we're going to customize our own notebook. So I've got these notebook molds, and it came 3 different sizes to mold, and I'm going to put this particular image on this one, and then I have another one that I'm going to put a different image on. But the way that I want to do it, as I want the background black, and I'm not going to be able to see the carbon design on it when I trace it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some self-laminating paper like you've seen me do in one of my previous videos, and I'm going to outline the design on there, paint it, and then apply it. Now I'm just going to let some music play, and I'm going to pop back in at one point when there's something different that I'm doing on this particular image, and then I will come back to you at the end. Alright, I'm back now. In this claw, he is holding a pearl. And I know that if I am using just white paint, it's going to be flat and it's not going to read pearl, right? So I decided that mica powder and gloss varnish mixture should give me the look that I want. And I'm hoping that I won't have an issue, because I can't really tell if I'm going to be able to see through it right now because of the because of the white background on this laminating paper. I don't think I'll have an issue because of the fact that, you know, I've used this mixture before and I haven't had any problems with it being translucent. So it should be fine, but I'm not really going to 100% know until I go to put it on the resin later on to make sure that you can't see through it. However, I think that this is the best way to do it. Now, could I have done it in white paint first and then gone over it with the mica powder mixture? Sure, but quite honestly, I didn't really think of that at the time. And like I said, I really think that this is going to work. But we'll find out here in a little bit. Okay, that being said, I'm going to pop off right now, let you go through the rest of this, and then I'll be back towards the end when we're going up through the finishing touches. right, I'm back. So now it's time to make the first layer of these notebooks. And for the one with the hand, I'm going to use a black background just so, because it kind of goes along with the picture. Now, I don't know what this is from. I know it's from a book, but I don't know specifically what it's from. It's my daughter wanted to give it to my son-in-law. It's his favorite book or whatever. I don't know. It's like a character or something from it, I guess. But whatever. But it's black, so I kind of wanted to go with that. So all I'm doing is I just got my HTV black pigment paste, mixed it in, and I'm doing a very, very, very thin layer of resin in each side of the notebook. And these molds, like, they don't give you a lot of room to work. Like, they are super, super thin. So that being said, uh you've got to pour really, really, really thin, and make sure, especially if you're doing more than one coat, and make sure that you're not going to have any overspill, because you don't want to have to be popping out the holes on the side and all that fun stuff. Now, as you can see, the mica powder worked. Super, super happy about that. The one thing I'm not really happy about, and my plan was to fix it and go back over with gold, and then I guess I forgot, because I'm still seeing it just in the rush of things, is that one spot that I messed up on the left-hand side. I was going to go back over it with gold and just completely forgot. So the black outline part in the middle with all of the little lines and stuff, I'm not super pleased with, but at this point, I can't really do anything about it. It's been done for weeks now, so yeah. There's that. I decided that I wanted to bring the gold in a little bit more, so I went with a gold border on the edge of this, just around the edge, kind of on the thicker side, just to kind of tie that gold in more. Now, I realized that in the picture the gold was a different color gold, but I thought that this would give it that kind of metallic look as opposed to like a gold paint. Suppose I could have used the gold mica like I did with the pearl, but again, hindsight is 2020. I did not do the gold on the back. I just didn't think it was going to fit. But you can see how thin I had to make it, and my pigment paste, I should have done probably a little bit darker and thicker to make it more opaque, because it still was pretty, you could see through it. But you live and you learn, right? So just going over it with a super thin clear coat. Now, I did end up going over these holes, and I do have to repunch them out later. It like I said, these molds are crazy, crazy thin. So to do multiple layers in here it was kind of a struggle. But other than that, I do like them. I wish that they were the size of actual, like, loose leaf paper, like the school paper and stuff like that. I do wish they were that size, because it's more readily accessible than to order the actual paper that fits in this, because they are smaller. And this is the larger one of the three molds. Like, they get quite, quite small. And this is for the capitals one, so I'm just mixing up my white pigment paste here. Now, because I ordered the set, I ordered two, because you actually only get one mold of each size in the initial, like, set. So I ordered two, so at least I could do an entire notebook in one pour. But I still had my other one drying, so I only had to do it one at a time with the white to get them all done in time. But, such as it is. Anyway, so here we are. Now, the magic of television and editing and all of that stuff, the other one's already been done and demolded, and I had to do it that way so that I could get this one done and do it in one video as opposed to two videos. So now I'm just cutting out along that line, and I know you watched me paint it, and you were probably thinking, what the hell is she doing with that black? It is nowhere near that thick. I figured this way I could get a really, really good coat of black on there, and then I could just cut out the excess that I don't need at the end, and not have to worry about being super precise and all that other stuff and whatever. It would just be easier this way, so that's what I did. So just kind of trimming it up, making it more circle-like because, circles aren't very easy to cut and make sure that they are right on all sides. So that is what I did. Now this one was a little tricky to paint because of the white and around the actual letters of it. It was super fiddly, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it turned out pretty cool. So now we're just going to take the backing off, put this as center as I can. I love the way the back turned out. So if you can figure out how to do it, maybe in reverse, because it came out so much smoother than the top where you can kind of see like more of the brush strokes and whatever, then you may be able to do it. I don't know, because it's sticky. You'd have to fool around with it, but it could be done if you can paint in reverse. I don't think my brain can handle that, so I'm not going to try. Anyway, all right, now putting over a super super thin top coat on this just to seal it all in. And then I'm going to do the same with the backing as well because I did not fold or fill either one completely up. And I decided that I wanted a little bit more color to this. Like I could have very easily left it like this. And at first I was going to, but I didn't want the back just white. It's kind of boring. So I thought alcohol inks. I can put on some alcohol inks and just kind of let them do their thing. Go, pretty close to the colors that I've got going on for the front. So I did that on the back. And then as I was doing it on the back, I was looking at the front and I was like, these look like there should be two completely separate notebooks. Like they don't match at all. So I end up where I have a tiny bit of resin left that I didn't need. So I put some red in it and I was just going to add some red in. I didn't want to drop it, right? Because if I dropped it, then there's a chance that it'll go over all the work that I just put into painting that decal on there. So I just kind of wanted to lightly swirl in some color just so it matched a little bit more with the back. Now, again, hindsight being 2020, and that's what a lot of this is for me, especially on this project because I've never done this project before. I've never made notebooks before. I've never done anything like this and I wanted it to be really cool. It wasn't going right. Now, if I had a chance to do it over again, I think what I would do is how I kind of swirled it in on the front cover where it's not quite so bold and whatever. I think I would do that on the back instead of just dropping the alcohol ink straight into it. I think I would mix it in the resin and just kind of put a few swirls in there of color because they still don't 100% look like it goes together. That's where I'm at with it. And again, I over poured on this too, so I just took my dotting tool and I shoved it in each one of the holes, and the resin, because it was so thin, the resin just popped out in one piece and I didn't really have much else to do. And then really it's just a matter of assembling them. And it comes with enough to do a couple notebooks, like maybe 2 or 3 notebooks, because you use 2 of them. Because this one in particular, instead of the rings being separate rings, it's the 3 together, so you use 2 per each notebook. So it came with enough to maybe make 3. But I did order extra because you can, and I will link all of that stuff in the description box below in case anyone is interested. I am going to do another one of the smallest one, which I think would be really cool for like maybe like a journal for a little girl or even a little boy that's into journaling, or the idea that I have, which I'm not going to give away right now because then it would be pointless to make the video on. But I do have a cool idea that I think will be really neat. So anyway, yeah, just putting it together. They snap on easy enough. And that's it. You've got your notebook that you can order more paper for. You can change out at any time. And you can customize them and make them all differently. Just ignore what you see there. I tried something. It didn't work. Like, it so didn't work that I trashed it because it was awful. I mean, it was so bad. And it was lumpy and I couldn't fix it because, yeah, just pretend it's not even there. But anyway, on that, that is it for this one, guys. Stay tuned for the glamour shots. I don't have them for this one because I had already given it to the person that it was for and I couldn't get them, but I do have them of the other one. So that's a wrap on this one, guys. Again, sorry about all the issues with my videos this week. I don't know, technology and me are just not liking each other very much. Anyway, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya. Bye.